Well, this fruit is definitely wacky. It's called Buddha's hand, but don't be tricked by its banana-like appearance. It's closer to lemons than to bananas. Yep, it's citrus. In China and Japan it's used as a room freshener, but in the US and Europe, it's more of a mysterious stranger. Who knows what kind of mischief this fruit could get up to? Next, we've got the ugly fruit. Poor guy, he really lives up to his name. But don't judge a book by its cover. Ugly, also known as Jamaican tangelo, is a natural hybrid between a tangerine and a pomelo. It's like the ultimate citrus love child. Plus, they say it's finger-licking. For those who've tried it, usually describe ugly as sweet and juicy fruit with slight notes of bitterness. Sweet and juicy and bitter. Kinda sounds like me. Now, don't freak out, but these next fruits look like sausages. I know, it's weird, but trust me, the purple fruits of the chocolate vine plant are full of sweet goodness. It's not very famous in Western countries, but is pretty common in China, Japan, and Korea. Did you know there are strawberries out there that taste like pineapples? Yeah, I'm not kidding. And they're white, like a ghost or something. Apparently, they keep these guys out of the sunlight to get that sweet, milky flavor. Yeah, strawberries get their signature hue directly from the sunshine. These white buddies are so good, they're practically candy. Oh, by the way, they're way sweeter than their red cousins. But good luck finding them in the US. You gotta go all the way to Japan for that. Now, speaking of ghosts, have you ever heard of the ghost apple? It's like when an apple gets frozen and then rots from the inside out, leaving behind a spooky see-through shell. It's like something straight out of a horror movie, but also kinda cool. This creates a stunning visual effect of a translucent apple hanging on a tree, seemingly defying gravity. Now, a ghost apple may look like a real-life miracle, but have you ever heard of a miracle fruit? It works wonders for those who are terrible cooks. It's this crazy berry from West Africa that's loaded with miraculin, a taste modifier that makes everything taste sweet. Lemons become syrupy balls of sweetness after chewing on them. So, if you can't cook but you've got guests coming over, just give them some miracle fruit for appetizers. They'll think you're the next Gordon Ramsay, but without all the drama. Check it out. There's this fruit called Marula that's a fave among elephants and baboons because it ferments super quick after falling from the tree. It's like a fun treat for all the party animals out there. Have you heard of the Brazilian grape? It's called this name, and it grows straight out of the trunk of the plant. It's like nature's way of saying, screw branches, we're going to go straight to the source. You can eat it as it is or make some drinks with it. Talk about a versatile fruit. Now, ever tried horn melon, also known as African cucumber, also known as jelly melon? Wow, talk about aliases. It's got this thick, spiky yellow skin, so it looks like a cactus. But this little guy hides bright green jelly-like flesh inside, and it surprisingly tastes like a banana. Plus, you can eat the skin too, which is loaded with vitamin C and fiber. It's like a 2-for-1 deal. Now, let me introduce you to Safu. It's this tree that grows in Africa and produces these oblong, dark blue and violet eggplant-looking fruits. Don't turn these guys down if you're not into eggplants. Give them a chance, since they're packed with all sorts of good stuff like essential fatty acids, amino acids, and vitamins. It's like an African superfood that will make you feel like a superhero. Black carrots, anyone? They may not be black for real, but they're still pretty haunting with their deep purple hue. Did you know that before the Dutch developed the orange variety we know and love today, almost all carrots were purple and white? Talk about a history lesson in your veggies. You know those purple potatoes that have white flesh? Well, what if I told you there's a potato that's purple on the inside too? It's called the Okinawan sweet potato, and it's made such a commotion in Japan that it picked up the name, even though it's originally from the Americas. It's like a potato with a surprise inside. Now, bitter melon may sound like a joke, but it's actually a real fruit. And let me tell you, it lives up to its name. It's like a big, splotchy and diseased cucumber with long, wavy skin that looks like crumpled cardboard. Yum, appetizing. But if you prepare it right, and by that I mean load it up with brown sugar, it can be a great addition to any feast. It's like the underdog of fruits. You gotta give it a chance. Moving on to the salad palm fruit. Now this one will definitely give you a scare if you're not prepared. It looks like a ball-like snake, but don't worry, it won't bite. The snake fruit has a sweet flavor with just a hint of tanginess. It's like the perfect balance between sweet and sassy. Swassy. Look at these creepy elongated red berries. It's a mulberry shrub. They may look like caterpillars, but they're totally edible. In fact, they were historically grown as fruit for silkworm larvae. But forget about that. Let's focus on the fact that you can forage for these babies in your neighbor's front yard. Who needs a grocery store when you have friendly neighbors with mulberry trees? Fun fact here, mulberry and jackfruit are relatives, even though they seem to have zilch in common. Well, they're probably more like super distant cousins that only see each other once a year when their parents make them come to family reunions. Yeah, like that. Now, let's talk about grapes. We've had pineapple-flavored strawberries before, but have you tried the cotton candy grape? No genetic engineering or anything, just some good old-fashioned crossbreeding to get that light, sweet flavor that reminds you of carnival cotton candy. It's like a party in your mouth. Now, how many types of bananas do you know? We all know the regular ones, the baby ones, and the plantains. But have you ever heard of the blue Java banana? It's blue, like a Smurf or something, and tastes like vanilla ice cream. I mean, what? That's bananas? Once again, no sneaky artificial flavorings here, just smart crossbreeding, which is a form of genetic modification that's been done for centuries, but without the labs, which somehow makes it okay, I guess. Alright, blue bananas are cool, but what about red bananas? Yeah, they exist. These guys may seem like they're off, but don't let that rusty appearance trick you. These babies are packed with nutrients like potassium and vitamin C. So next time you're at the market, don't be afraid to try something new and weird. Who knows? You might just discover your new favorite fruit. Moving on to dragon fruit. It looks so cool with its orange-pink color and petal-like protrusions. But let me tell you, it's a total letdown. Kinda tastes like a kiwi and sugar water had a baby. No acidity, no real flavor. It's like the fruit equivalent of a catfish. Oh yeah, it also stinks. Look here, it's the ackee fruit. It's shaped like a brain and has a festive red exterior, but don't be fooled, it tastes like scrambled eggs. Yeah, I don't get it either. And finally, we have the mangosteen, also known as the queen of fruits. It's got a hard exterior that looks like an acorn, but inside it's all soft and sweet. Queen Victoria was so into it that she offered a reward for anyone who could bring her one. That's some serious fruit love right there. Now look at this guy. It's called a black sapote, but you can call it chocolate pudding fruit. The pulp is so soft and creamy, you can spoon it up and eat it like a dessert. Some say it tastes like chocolate, but it's more like cocoa with a hint of nuttiness. This little tropical delight is a superstar in desserts like cakes, brownies, and tarts, but you can also add it to milkshakes and juices for a sweet treat. Last but not the least, weird, the caviar line. When you slice it open and give it a little squeeze, you'll see hundreds of shiny sweet beads that look just like caviar. These finger limes burst with tart, citrusy, and bitter juice that'll wake up your taste buds. Hey, wake up! You can use them in all sorts of dishes, from desserts like curd and cheesecake to seafood and salads. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.